Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. This is part 3 out of 3 of Annie vs. the World, and we are once again playing the 3 vs 3 map Twisted Treeline. This time with Annie and Tryndamere as the standard picks. They had Annie, Tryndamere and Jax as their standard picks. But this time Jax got banned probably, and Tryndamere not banned. That is kind of surprising for the second game out of the 3. And they have Jarvan now as a substitute protection for Annie. It still has the pop-up. So the strength of this team was that they had the 2 stuns in the bottom lane. And they had a very strong champion in the top lane, either Tryndamere or Gangplank in the last game. And it seems they are going for a different route every time, so no standardization there. Yeah, Volibear seems to be going for some jungling action here. And let's see, yeah, he actually does have the smite. And he is going to jungle his way through this game, which is excellent. I like jungling on this map. It is very strong. You can get a lot of things done. The problem is you need a very strong champion for the jungling. Because, yeah, in order to jungle, you have to take care of the fact that this is the old jungle. So this is, all of these minions have higher health and higher damage than the current junglers, or the current jungle things. Wow, they search the entire jungle and finally find this Volibear, get him or take him down and get the first blood that way. That was excellent play on their part. They do lose some minions in this bottom lane, but that is well worth it, because having the lane pushed up to your turret is actually a good thing on this map, because these lanes are freakishly long. They are so long that you will have to take care that you have a strong champion for that. And yeah, in order to get well, to stay safe, certain champions are not viable on this map. And I think the enemy team has the stronger team, because they don't have an Annie. But Annie, if she can be protected by this this Jarvan, then they can definitely get some nice action going. And as you can see, if they don't push the lane, this is going to keep happening. Gangplank is too afraid to come in. He can't farm. He's barely in experience range, if he's even in experience range. And if they can keep this up, if they can avoid pushing the lane, this Gangplank is going to stay level 2 for the rest of the game. Until the jungler comes in to actually pull off a gank, but even that is kind of hard. But yeah, that's because Gangplank isn't really capable of doing this 1 versus 2 on this map. Warwick would be a much better choice, and of course the best choice would have been a ranged tanky champion. There are several of those. They're just, yeah, not very well played on Summoner's Rift. But oh, he's not coming in. I thought he might be coming in. There is a ward out at the red buff for the blue team, so they would have seen him coming, and that's of course the best protection you can get for or against a jungler. And it seems that Jarvan is going to check this camp here, see that it's done, and know that yeah, that Volibear was there recently. So yeah, all is still safe, and yeah, they did ping the Volibear. Well, not the Volibear, but the fact that that camp was done, and Volibear is now in top lane, where he got spotted by this Tryndamere. So Tryndamere might be in some trouble if they come to gank him, because 2 versus 1, yeah, that's never fun. Yeah, they did push the lane here, which has been their consistent mistake throughout all of these games. They keep pushing the lane, and they keep pushing the lane very hard, making it well, very difficult to keep someone out of experience range, out of gold range, so out of last hit range. And because now the distance to his turret is very small, and if you let the minions push up to your turret, then there's no way Gangplank can get out once you decide to go kill him. And of course, yeah, we have this this volley bear standing over here, and I wonder if this is going to result in anything. Volley Bear seeing him but not doing anything. I think Volley Bear is much stronger than Jarvan in this early game. He has this incredible heal on his innate ability. And oh, going on the Annie here, and I think Gangplank might have a good chance here. Yes, he actually does get the kill. And yeah, that's because Jarvan was no longer there. And without Jarvan there, as I said, Annie is not a good choice. That's why I said that the enemy team was stronger. Champion-wise, I mean, I don't know the teamwork, and the teamwork part is still the main thing on this map. Not so much on the 5 versus 5, so either the minion or, well, the Summoner's Rift. It's just that on the 3v3, if you work together really well, then you can get a lot of things done, even with a poor team. So, not a poor team. Team that is unsuited for this map. Oh, a nice... Oh, come on, the ignite went off, and he's not going to be able to heal that much, and oh, he is actually really low. And his heal did trigger, of course, but he is going to get out. That's a shame, that's a shame. He was level 6, so he could have easily tower dove that and stayed alive. He could have tower doved, did the last 2 hits, and then run out over here. There was no way that Warwick was going to catch up with him. Not with an allied champion there, especially Jarvan. Jarvan level 5, so he couldn't really wall off anyone, but still he can pop them up. He can slow them, so it should have been good enough. I think that should have been a kill. But anyhow. So they got first blood, and the enemies got the second kill of the game. So yeah, they're still 100 gold ahead, but because they keep pushing this lane, Gangplank has a really easy time farming here. And yeah, he's actually getting a lot of gold that he shouldn't really get. Because yeah, what you're risking here by pushing this lane is that the enemy team is going to get farther and farther ahead because they have a jungler. And the jungler is going to rake in a lot of gold that you don't have as a team. And if you know where to go on this map, then jungling isn't that scary anymore. I mean, you should of course pink ward this, make sure that the enemy has no vision over there, so you can pick up this camp as well. And then come in from behind and gank people from in the top lane. So the Tryndamere gets the red buff here. And yeah, he has to be a little bit careful because Volley Bear is there as well. But this 2 versus 1 lane not really working out for them. Because, well, as I said, the jungler plus Gangplank get way more experience than the 2 bottom laners get. As well as gold, of course. I mean, gold-wise, let's see, they have 13 plus 22, that's 35. And then these 2 have 37, so they're still a little bit ahead. But they shouldn't be ahead. Oh, hang on. A kill went down over here. Oh, yeah, the ignite finishing him off. I was wondering how he got killed, because I saw him jump through the wall, and yeah, normally Tryndamere will be okay as long as he has his ultimate up. But yeah, in this case, because well, ignite beats the ultimate plus the heal, so he will get killed. So yeah, all in all, it's just a yeah, mighty passive game here. We see a lot of different games on 3v3. It's still very unexplored. Not a lot of knowledge available on how to play this. Of course, it is best, and everyone understands that, to get tanky champions that can stay in lane. And well, mobility is good. Stuns are good. Stuns are always good in any game. So any game mode in this game, but any game in general, stuns are always good. Yeah, mobility, as I said, is very good, so movement speed buffs, but especially the flash-like skills. And all in all, yeah, a champion like Tryndamere fulfills all of these roles. That's why he's normally banned. He has the spinning slash that gets him through walls. He has the high damage, which is of course very good to have. I mean, he is a hyper carry, so every bit of gold he gets is turned into damage. And he has his ultimate, and that makes him very tanky. Well, not so much tanky, but hard to kill. So he can stay in lane forever because he has a heal as well. So he has no mana, which also makes him better here because there is no blue buff. But to make up for that, he doesn't need mana. So. And yeah, Warwick getting the slow off there. Does he have a phage? No. Actually, don't know how he got the slow off. But it was the slow animation, so I don't know whether... Oh, he has red buff. Never mind. Never mind. That's how he got that. Yeah, he killed the Tryndamere when he had the red buff, and that's why he had the slow. But yeah. Now the red buff wore off, and they are going to slow down this dude. And oh wow, Tryndamere dying once again. Did he not have his ultimate up? He did have his ultimate up. He just didn't realize that Warwick was building AP, and therefore could kill him in one shot. So Volibear over here, they're going to gank this Jarvan. Come on, come in already. So they had all the time in the world there, and he messes it up anyway. But yeah, Volibear lucky to escape there. But he does get away, and they do grab a kill. So for the first time in these 3 games, they are behind, and I'm blaming it on the fact that they pushed this lane. Because they pushed this lane, therefore the Gangplank has never been in trouble, and because the Gangplank has never been in trouble, Volibear can farm all he wants. He has no problems at all. And yeah, because of that, he didn't have to come gank, he didn't have to put himself in danger, and he can gank wherever he wants instead of where he needs to. So you can make the enemies gank where you want them to be. And yeah, that just hasn't worked out for now. Of course, Tryndamere dying twice already, that really doesn't make for a good top lane dominance. And you want that top lane dominance because top lane has the dragon in it. So it is unknown to me why people put 2 guys in the bottom lane instead of on the top lane. I would say that if you get this turret, or on the other side this turret, you get full dragon dominance, so I would put 2 guys up top. It is easier to protect dragon that way. And of course, by putting 2 guys on the bottom, you force the enemy team to put 2 guys on the bottom as well. And here comes Volibear, but he is going to get killed instantly. That was excellent, excellent damage, and this is what you want. You see the problem they've been having. The problem they've been having is Gangplank was over here. They couldn't do anything, and now finally Volibear comes in over here. They have all this room to gank him, to kill him, and they get an easy kill. So finally, the lane gets pushed into their direction. Okay, that was mainly because Annie couldn't go up against Gangplank. But yeah, it was a pretty easy way, or easy gank there. No, easy kill. And oh, come on! no, he is going to get that. Yeah, AP Warwick is really strong here because he has so much sustain from that Q, especially if he builds cooldown reduction. And yeah, of course, if you're Annie, you shouldn't recall over here. You should recall at your turret. If you're Jarvan or Tryndamere, you can recall just about anywhere. But Annie is really, yeah, not very strong HP wise. She has a very good burst, of course, and look, this Gangplank is doing exactly the right thing. He's thinking, I got killed in the middle of the lane with my Volibear. I should try to avoid pushing the lane, and yeah, well, huge minion wave coming in, so he can't really avoid it now. But he was trying to not push the lane, and at least it's not completely pushed now. He could have done a little bit better job, of course, and the blue team could have been doing a little bit better job of warding this dragon, because there is no ward, and there is a ward in this bush, however. And oh, risky. Yeah, two guys going for that Baron, but yeah, they should have been there with all three. And instead they get killed. Well, two of them get killed. Was that the ultimate? Yeah, he did use his ultimate there. Annie going to do some damage over there. So the blue team now has vision over the dragon. Sorry, the red team has no vision. They know that the enemy team is doing it, but they have no clue whether it's already done. And now they know it's already done, because now all of the champions are going back. And yeah, Jarvan recalling right on top of a ward, but as I said, they can recall wherever they want. Annie not so much. Annie will have to be careful where she is, because if she recalls on top of a ward, that is going to be very painful. So, enemy team, yeah, as I said, Warwick going for that sustain build, going for the AP. Gangplank going for Trinity Force. That is not a good build on this map. You don't get as much gold as you get on Dominion and on Summoner's Rift. You shouldn't buy the super gold heavy items. You should go for cheap, effective items, and especially the Doran's items are really good here, and still nobody buys them. Well, here Warwick has one, but they are really good here because this game normally ends about 15 minutes in. In this case, not so much, but about 15 minutes in, normally you can see who is going to win. So it's not over, but you can see who will win, and that happens in like 80% of all games. This is one of the other 20%. And yeah, this is another 3 versus 2. They should be able to pick up 2 kills easily. And this is why you gank a lot on this map. And now, because there are 2 guys dead, you get 2 turrets for free. Because they can take down this turret as well, if they push on. And they can't get the... Oh, Gangplank is coming all the way back to prevent them taking this turret. But they should just do it anyway. And he's going to get focused by the turret here because of the bear. But yeah, they do get the 2 turrets. And they are not going to be able to do this inhibitor. But they're still going to attempt. And if the... No, see? Now, if you play this map a lot, and I used to play this map a lot, you know what you can do and what you can't do. But yeah, in this case, the enemy completely messing up their attack, so their counter attack, and they're going to get killed because of that. And oh, nice escape there. Yeah, they didn't take care of the fact, or keep in mind that he is AP. And his AP allows him to stay alive much longer, but also do much more burst damage. And that's how the Tryndamere died. Tryndamere should have just ran away. He should have just ran away after he used his ultimate. But instead he stayed in, and he got one shot by the Q on Warwick. And as you can see, Warwick doing a lot of damage. Yeah, they shouldn't have gone for this inhibitor. I already said that they were going to get 2 turrets, and in the previous match I also said that they weren't getting that there. But in the late game, well, mid to late game, which is about now, you can, yeah, that's really early on this map, by the way. You can get a lot of the times you can get either an ace or 2 kills, and you can get 2 turrets out of it the first time. If it's in a really late game, so if you have 3 champions up, you get an ace, and you have all of your items basically that you're going to get on this map, then you can take the inhibitor as well, and probably even take a turret on the other side of the map. Because then the turrets are going to be really a piece of cake to take down. But in this case, because they did have three champions, I was pretty sure they wouldn't be able to get that inhibitor. That's why I said they're going to get 2 turrets, and not they're going to get the inhibitor. But yeah, you have to play this map a couple of times in order to know what you can do and what you can't do. And there, finally, Trendemir running out in time. He could have gotten 1 shot by the Q on Gangplank, but they do get the kill on Warwick, and that kill on Warwick should get them this inhibitor. And there we go. Now they need to run out. Henny is going to die here unless they... oh, Jarvan actually dies. Yeah, that's because it was still a 2 versus 2, and Annie is not worth anything in a 2 versus 2, to be honest. Well, not here, not without the protection, and because Trendemir had to run out, he had to go. There was no way he could stay in there, so he had to run out. And yeah, they should go for this dragon, just take it out. Trendemir can of course easily do that on his own now, and that's how you know it's late game. If Trendemir can take out the whole dragon on his own, then you know that whatever you do, come on, just kill it. Oh, he wants the buff on both of them. No, you're taking way too much damage. Yeah, finally. Was too risky to keep that. He saw the enemies coming in, and he knew he had to take that. But Jarvan got it, and he did not get it. It's a nice play to wait for your allies to be up, but yeah, it's also a really risky play because you take a lot of damage, of course. So Trendemir should have his ultimate up by now. Yep, and there we go. He's going to get killed still, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, and they should be able to pick up all 3. And that's how you do that. And that's why Trendemir is so strong. It's not so much that he can't be killed, it's that he can't be killed for free. No, just take out the minions. You have about 30 seconds left. Okay, or take out the turret. Yeah, I don't know how strong this guy is. Oh, he has a pretty decent amount of attack speed and attack damage. He didn't really build that tanky, so yeah, then you can take out the turret pretty easily. They get an inhibitor. They could have gotten the turret for free and the inhibitor for free without taking that damage by just killing the few minions that were left. And no, they can't go for this turret. Just move back. So with 2 inhibitors down, there's no way the enemies can win. So they can't even push out of the base. And in a 5 versus 5, you can just push up the lanes and get something done that way. But on a 3 versus 3, you will lose all of the red buffs, all of the dragons, and yeah, that just loses you the game. Because dragon is super powerful here. It is still 1,000 gold, but divided over 3 champions instead of 5. So you can see how that changes the whole, the whole dynamic of dragon. It is a little bit too powerful, to be honest. But knowing that, you should just go for dragon. Because once you get the first dragon, you get 1,000 gold for your team. But not so much that that's a problem. each champion gets 300 and something gold. And by getting that, or no, 300 gold I think, 290, something like that. But by getting that amount of gold, you can buy some really nice items all of a sudden, because 300 gold is a lot of gold. And yeah, by you getting those nice items means that your first dragon is going to turn into a second dragon, and with that second dragon you can buy even more good items. And assuming that you don't mess up, you're going to get a whole lot of things done with that first dragon, because it just spirals into more and more and more gold. And if you mess up, of course, if you get aced, well, if you're ahead, then that's still not a real problem. You're still not going to lose an inhibitor for that. But if you're behind, or if it's really late game, then yeah, you might lose because of that. Late game, as I said, whoever gets the ace gets the win. Well, gets the inhibitor, and who gets the inhibitor gets the win. But in this case, they already have 2 inhibitors. There's no way that the enemy team is going to do anything anymore. Even if they get aced now, there are no minions near their turrets. So you can see how that works. I mean, all of the minions are pushing up in this base. So even if they get aced now, so if the blue team completely stays in their base now, or just AFKs, there's nothing the red team can do until the inhibitors respawn and they push all of the lanes. Both of the lanes. So one of the inhibitors respawned, that's the top one. Yep. And so the bottom one is still available, or is still open. That means someone will need to defend here, so the blue team can just take out this inhibitor again, because it's 2 versus 3. But instead they go for some jungle. They decide to drag it out a little, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't matter too much on 3 versus 3. The matches are still pretty short, and you get a load more IP if you do it like this. You also get an easier win, because if you force the push here, so if you force the fight in the top lane with a 3 versus 2 situation and you get unlucky, then you might actually lose the fight. Yeah, and that of course puts the enemy less behind. So there's only 3k gold between them. That's because, well, the red team still gets to farm the minions, but all of the red minions stay in the base because they get destroyed by the super minions. And another dragon is up. So yeah, they are going to grab this dragon, and this dragon 280, 305, so yeah. It's about 1000 gold. It's a little less, but still. You get way more gold from this dragon than from the other one, and this dragon is really easy to get, as you could see, because it's just on the way. It's very close to everything. So they are going to grab this dragon buff, so everyone has 14, 15 and 17% extra damage. And you can see how 17% extra damage on Tryndamere will do a whole lot of things to this enemy team. So bye bye inhibitor. And no, they need to move in. Oh, Tryndamere lost his ultimate. He already used it. Come on, take him down. So it's a 1-for-1 trade for now. Annie needs to get out of there, but instead they just get a double kill. And Annie might actually be able to finish this now, even though it is Annie, but there's a 50-second timer on the enemy team. She gets no super minions, but she does get a cannon minion and her bear, of course. Oh, super minion coming in from behind. Yeah, one of them actually walking in there. He should be attacking this inhibitor, of course, but instead they're going to take out the Nexus. And yeah, come on, go, Annie, go, take the Nexus. Yeah, the super minions no longer attacking the Nexus, so Annie has to do all the work. And of course she can finish that easily. So anyway, a little bit more interesting game, but the same problem, pushing the lane a little bit too much, but complete dominance over the rest of the game. Once they get ahead, they get further and further ahead, which is excellent. I like the double stun in the bottom lane, and I hope you enjoyed the series. So I will see you next time. GG.